but why? There's been a lot of talk of impeachment over the past, but what is it specifically here, and what does it mean when it comes to your portfolio? To our floor show, John Corpina, we saw reflection in the 10-year yield, but are there other flights to safety that you would think might be worthwhile at the moment?
Not at this point, because I think this is just the one headline of the day that everyone's looking at. I don't think this is this major headline that's going to continue to be market moving. Tomorrow it's going to be something new. Yes, this impeachment talk has been escalating more and more, and I thought it was quite curious that Ms. Pelosi comes out, she says she's going to have a press conference today at 5, and then soon after that the president says, I am going to release the full transcripts for everybody to read. So a lot of he said, she said here that's going on.
Okay.
Why would he want to release these transcripts if there's something in there that's going to incriminate him? The Dems are really looking for something to hold on at this point. I think this is just natural, normal reactions that we're seeing in the market.
Okay.
Nothing to fear over. Normal calendar that we have this week, nothing blaringly standing out. I think investors are just going to focus on this as the only headline that's out there. In a few weeks, next week, it's the end of the month, end of the quarter. Week after that, we're going to be continuing to talk about China-U.S. talks. So this is just the one highlight right now.
Well, Alan Neckman, let's put politics aside and more toward the investment piece of this. As you see very, very sensitive movements in the markets with headlines all over the place here, how does an investor play this?
Well, you want to focus on price and percentages, not points. So you can see this morning we were 0.75% away from the all-time forever top in the S&P. Now we pulled back a little bit. Now we're down 0.75% on the day. So it's nothing catastrophic. And to finish the previous point, I think this adds a little level of certainty because this impeachment inquiry thing has been an issue here for the last weeks, kind of in the background. Now it's a done, or looks like to be a done deal. Markets can move forward. We've got earnings coming out. But one thing that didn't happen today, we did not have the dollar rally. The dollar's been in about a 1-point range sideways now for the last 3 weeks or month. It hasn't been able to make new relative highs. So you're not seeing a flight to the dollar. So that's showing that there's not as much fear out there from that headline that you talked about.
Right. So for folks who are listening on XM 113 in the car, we should show you that it is utilities. Exactly what Alan says. Utilities are a real flight to quality. They've got a great dividend at this point. Phil Flynn, what are you seeing in the flows?
We saw gold, too. I mean, gold had a nice pop after the headline. Gold was a little bit weaker, and it's been the safe haven of choice for a lot of reasons. People that are worried about the stock market, they're worried about recession, they're worried about low yields, and gold has been a place. Silver yesterday, gold today, as that safe haven. But I will tell you, what the market's reaction tells you pretty decisively that the markets do not like this impeachment call. Let's face it. And they don't like the possibility that this raises that President Trump could leave office. Look at the market's reaction to that. Very, very clear. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of the traders are tired of this impeachment stuff. It's been going on for years and years and years. Let's get through it. There's an election in 2 years. We do believe that the release of the transcript is a strong sign that this is going to be a non-story and a non-event. So we're looking for buying opportunities.
But let's just clarify. You will watch the markets move if there are multiple redactions. I think that the markets would be much happier if there was an outright audio release of this, but we won't know. To our traders, we will not know. But did you see silver, you guys? That looked like a significant high, $18.51. So the metals are certainly an interesting place. Great to see all of you. John, Alan, Phil, there's silver intraday highs right now. All right. While we await former Vice President Joe Biden, French President Emmanuel Macron is speaking right now in front of the UN General Assembly. We are also waiting for Japan's Shinzo Abe and the United Kingdom's Boris Johnson. All of these names have the potential to make news that could affect the markets, whether it be trade or anything involving the European Union and Brexit. So as the headlines come in, we're going to be watching them, and we'll be watching the markets too. Check here, Dow Jones Industrials down 157 points. All right, to Japan. Japan's Foreign Minister Toshimitsu